What's going on, guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and we're here with Joseph Nakhla, CEO of Tribe Property Technologies. Always a pleasure to have you on, Joseph. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Aaron. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, I'm excited to get an update from you. The real estate market and everything, rates are starting to come down, so should be an interesting time going forward. Tribe recently announced record second quarter revenue reflecting a 28% year-over-year improvement. What were the primary factors driving this revenue growth?
Yeah, we had a great a quarter, as you'd indicated, mainly driven by our organic growth and also further activities with M&A. We, in the last quarter, purchased a company called DMSI. It's a fantastically successful company out of the GTA market, out of the Greater Toronto market, that was focused on managing rental communities with great revenue and profitability model, with great philosophy, great operators. So that transaction closed, and we got the benefit of approximately a couple of months of that revenue. So that helped obviously increase it, but the organic business has been going really, really well. So that was a big driver for why we continue to have record revenue.
So your latest results also show a 47% improvement in adjusted EBITDA. What key initiatives or strategies did Tribe implement to achieve this significant milestone?
Well, Aaron, for those that don't know the space, in the property management space where we actually deliver our services using our technology platform, it is really dominated by two big multi-billion-dollar US players, even in Canada here. And for us to become a national player, we needed to go, this little tiny company out of Vancouver needed to go and build its infrastructure to be able to compete in that market. And now we're officially the third largest in the country on both the condo and on the rental side. So that all happened since late 2018, early 2019. So we've been very, very busy. And that obviously required us to make big investment in our infrastructure, which meant that we, focused on growth and deferred to on the profitability side. But now we have the scale. We are in a really healthy place. After the transaction we did, our run rate is about $31 million of recurring business of annual revenue. So really, it's time for us now to really focus on the health of the business as it pertains to profitability. And this last quarter was just another example of us leveraging our size now to start driving hard towards being cash flow positive.
That really makes sense to me, and I've watched your journey, and it's amazing to see. So looking ahead, what are your expectations for the upcoming quarter and the second half of the year? How do you plan to sustain this growth?
Well, more of the same, continuous growth and continuous improvement to the EBITDA line. And the way we see it as far as sustainability of the growth is all of the lines of business that we have are very healthy. Our condo business is going really well. Buildings that are being managed by traditional property management companies continue to leave them and come to our service delivery model. So we're very pleased with that. Our rental business now with the most recent acquisitions has really grown quite a bit in terms of our footprint. So more and more REITs are coming and landlords are coming to us to manage their communities. And then we continue to add more services on our platform. So financial services on our platform has been a big driver of our improvement EBITDA this year. You're going to see more and more green initiatives for the buildings that we manage. So you'll see us continue to drive towards profitability and also continue to grow in terms of the footprint.
Great. So the rebranding and ongoing integration of DMSI into Tribe has been highlighted in your recent press release. How is this integration process going, and what impact do you expect to have on the overall business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So naturally, when we acquire companies, we don't just acquire the contracts and the revenue that they have. We also usually acquire know-how and interesting products and services that are very specific to their market that we can actually now take and layer on all of our products and services to our customers, whereby they don't actually operate in that market. So a very specific example with DMSI is they operate in the Greater Toronto area, or the GTA. So the products and services that they deliver there are actually ones desirable by our customers in other markets, in BC and in Alberta and other operations of ours. So what we've been able to do is we actually take these services, we get them ready for the national footprint and actually start selling them within our customer base, which doesn't only expand our footprint, but also increases our revenue per customer. And that was highlighted in our quarterly results. We had our highest revenue per customer quarter in history, which continues to be illustrated through the strategy that we're implementing.
So during your quarterly call, you mentioned strategic goals related to profitability in 2024 and 2025. Could you elaborate on these goals and how Tribe plans to achieve them?
Absolutely. So when we acquire the companies that we acquire, obviously quite a bit of redundancy occurs in our service delivery. While we're not really the type of company that goes and acquires companies and then just kind of cuts, because really what we do with these companies, we actually tend to position them for growth, actually bigger growth than they're accustomed to. But your back office, your service delivery, your ability to triage issues, especially using our technology and our platform, really allows you to improve your gross margin. So that's really been the main driver of our ability to improve profitability here. So what we're really doing is, to date, we've probably made about 13 acquisitions in the space. They come in different shapes and sizes, but when you put them all in one back office and you actually triage all the tickets and use your technology to opt for operations right across, you actually start seeing efficiencies and improvements.
And finally, Joseph, with the recent acquisition of DMSI, how do you see Tribe's service offerings evolving, and what new opportunities do you anticipate exploring in the near future?
More products and services. At the end of the day, once we are the management company for a building and our platform is on the building and we have all that data associated with it, we identify areas where we can really help the building lower their operating costs. I can proudly tell you that our buildings that we manage, both on the condo and the rental side, operationally are actually much healthier than the population that's managed by third-party companies. And we have the data to prove that. So not only do we actually make these buildings healthier, but we can actually start putting products and services to future-proof these buildings. So you'll see us be very active at the end of the year, next year, towards energy management, EVs coming into these buildings, lowering their carbon footprint as far as these operations of these buildings, and lowering their maintenance fees, something that nobody's ever talking about. Nobody talks about lowering maintenance fees. We are, because we can actually lower the operations cost of these buildings. So that's a unique position for us. So watch us put more and more smart building technology, energy management systems into these communities.
Well, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for the update and best of luck going forward. I know these markets are turbulent, but you guys have a solid plan.
Well, you build a good company, the cream always rises. So we're feeling really good about what we've been doing here.